The other sort of literary connection I have is that my great-great-granddad's nephew robbed and murdered the great-granddad of Neville Shute. So he wrote A Town Like Alice and things like that, which so I'm sort of confessing that I'm glad to get it out.
Veggie lasagna, I've got the lady. Veggie lasagna.
But closing down the theatre, but most of us don't care. We spent our lives in this old town and never once been there. So will you please leave on the lights before you leave our town? We're more than glad to bask beneath the glare of dumbing down. And when the drama queens lament one's cultural cupboards bare, we sit and watch the X Factor and never leave our chair. Who needs the arts when we have got a TV like a wall? It's there before the window, as we don't use that at all. It's down to us if we throw in our theatrical towel, but loss of Shakespeare is our gain. Now we've got Simon Cowell. I know my poem will not provoke a changing of our minds. The people who I represent will never see these lines. So those of you who read my verse must stifle your applause, as I preach to the converted just like the theatre does. And when it comes to journey's end, that awful day we die, will we wonder, did we exist? Had we the chance to fly? Probably not. Coffins built with plasma lids will be the must-have item. Happily we'll rest in peace and watch ads infinitum. For us it's Tesco's, work then home, enlightened all the while. But don't you worry about us, fluorescence suits our style. So when you go, leave on the lights and raise a question mark. How, that we're bathed in all this light, are we still in the dark?
Love coming to the Lit Fest, but it's testament to Gray. You'll hear. I don't know, many of you, but you're all quite old, so
oh, thank you.
many of you are as old as I am, who will remember the original Pirates, and we have got around some of the poem, but also Gray has kindly written. We didn't want to bombard you with bits of paper, but Gray has done several copies of how he was inspired. So if you're a journalist or if you're interested, I've got them all, which I'll be passing on to people I know would be very interested. But if you'd like to hear how he was inspired, please come and see. So thank you.
This is On Becoming a Pirate of Penzance, the town's world record attempt to have the most pirates in one place. Try and do it. I am the very model of a fellow who writes doggerel, and hoping for a weekend full of rest and beer, well, several, is press ganged by his wife and kids, in short they're most fanatical, and now I have to dress in something seen as quite piratical. So sat before a mirror on this morning feeling mutinous, and red bandana on my head, a dyed black beard, ridiculous. An old pierced ear is opened up and filled with something pendulous. It's been a while, I hope it doesn't bring about my tinnitus. Debate is taking place amongst my kids. It sounds quite ominous on which of my two legs should be removed. It was unanimous, a peg leg for the right. And I begin to feel quite nauseous at one's idea that Daddy's face be conjoined with an octopus. The meeting of my eyes and Sal's mascara has been unforeseen. And part of me is wondering if maybe it is Maybelline. I must admit I don't look bad, somewhat the rakish libertine, a bit like Johnny Depp in that film, Pirates of the Caribbean. A tricorn hat upon my head, a sea change washes over me. No more the gentleman am I, I'll say goodbye to bonhomie. I must be blessed with pirate blood, stirred up to face the enemy. The history books will soon be filled with stories of my infamy. My name will be the one that folks will forward as the one to fear, the number one to go to when you need a murderous buccaneer. My dander's up and I am restless for a ship to commandeer, to go off raiding all along the coast of darkest Devonshire. But first, I must embark upon the challenge set before our town. Apparently another place has dared to steal our treasured crown. Our record of most pirates in one place is now turned upside down. We must address the issue on this spring bank holiday showdown. With Penzance, think of pirates, whereas Hastings is historical. you straight away think 1066, and certainly not nautical. What goes around will come around. I think they call it cyclical. I don't think they would like it if we reenacted Senlac Hill. Here's 20,000 Cornishmen and 20,000 maids and all, and if you are from far away, feel free to rally to the call. Just stand up and be counted, as we've got a score to overhaul. Because if you love this land, it's not just ours, it's also your Cornwall. From one and all, from right around the rest of the peninsula, it's times like these, 'tis such a shame we can't bring back our diaspora. Let Cornish pride rise up like cream, and we'll be Hastings' conqueror. And if we don't take back our crown, I'll use some choice vernacular.